Hello everyone and welcome back to Jacqs. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to be talking about December daily, and I haven't done this in probably a couple years, I imagine. I've just had a really hard time getting back into doing December daily since my kitty passed away the day before December 1st in 2021. So I still have not recovered. I don't know why, but I can't. Every time this holiday comes around, I really think of him and the loss of that, and it just bums me out. But this year, I created this fantastic December daily advent calendar of prompts for Country Craft Creations, and this has been a really big motivator for me this year, and I'm really excited that it has motivated me to get back into documenting December. So this is free from Country Craft Creations. I'll have a link for that in my description box below, as well as some other things that I'll probably be mentioning today. I created this so that you could make it yourself, and that each day in Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations, Tamara posts one of these images to tell you which door to open. So like today was day 11, and she posted the little pajamas, and if you open that up, it'll tell you what the prompt is. Holiday pajamas, do you have festive favorites? And she's done that every day since December started. And it's just been really fun to kind of follow along with that. And in addition to this, what I did was created this December story log for you to help keep track of your December stories. When she posts a prompt, what I do is I mark down the number on the little door. And then I also come over to my story log and I write down what the topic was, like just put PJs here. There's a column for story written and a column about the photos. Have you taken them? Have you added them to the story? And as you can see, I've been keeping notes along the way, and it's also corresponding to how I'm typing up and printing out the journal cards that goes along with what my stories are. Now, after I created these two items, I was going to do the very first day, which was the snowflake, this one here, and it's the currently, what are you currently reading, watching, listening to, eating, crafting, whatever you wanted it to be. And I was making myself a journal card, and it ended up being an entire set of journal cards. One has these adorable little images on them, and I tried to correlate them with the images on the advent calendar, but sometimes, like this one for the favorite Christmas story, I did use a different image just to give it a different feel. I don't even know where that one is here. I think, yeah, number 3 was a wreath, and that was the Christmas story. So I did kind of just zhuzh that up with a different little image there. But as you can see, these will go along with the advent calendar of prompts. So I created an entire set to go along with all of these prompts with icons. And then I created a set that was blank. So they'll have the prompt and this little line, but they won't have an image down below. So it would just be blank down here. I will leave a link for those. They are on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations. I have not shared them anywhere else. If there's a big demand, I will definitely do that. But if you are already a member of Country Craft Creations Scrapbookers group on Facebook, those are located under the Files tab, and I did a post specifically for them, or you can find them under the Featured tab as well at the top. So I think I could have created an entire kit just around this advent calendar of prompts, and maybe next year, if I have more time, we'll do more creating. But today what I wanted to do is kind of show you what I'm doing and how I'm following along with this. So to make this happen for me, I needed it to be very simple and easy. And I think that's the best way to get back into something when you're having a little hard time getting back into it. start out something easy, take baby steps. And I think the more that you take a step forward into something, you get more into it. And that has definitely happened to me. So after I did all of these things and was keeping track, I'm like, okay, now how am I actually going to do my December daily? So in October, I tried to do October dailies, and you know what? This is how successful I was. 2 stories. Oh my gosh. I feel so bad because I love October. I love documenting October. I get very eclectic with how I do it. And it just didn't happen. I don't know what's happening with me in documenting these last couple of years. Oh my gosh. I got to get out of it. So anyways, I decided to use this binder since I had started something in it and just kind of see how it went from there. So I pulled out some page protectors that I wanted to use. I figured this was the easiest way for me. I had envisioned using just like one journal card with numbers, my journal card that I've created with my story, and then a photo or other elements. And I thought this was the best way to do it. Make it easy and simple, and that's what I wanted. So in the past, you may have seen me do December daily pages that were very interactive, but I'm not going to be doing all the bells and whistles this year. I'm just going to keep it simple and just do it. That's my main goal. So I'm going to start out with creating a divider for my little binder, and let me see. I'll give you the measurement of this in case you have one. It's about 8 3/4 inches wide by 9. So of course it will take these 6 by 8 page protectors. And I wanted to create a divider page so I could separate my October from my December. So this is going to be outside the page protector. It measures 7 by 8 and 9/16, because I noticed the page protectors I was using was shorter than 8 by 5/8. Now, as I create my December daily, this is not a specific design team project, so I am using items from my stash. I'm also using products that I've purchased from Country Craft Creations, so it's a bit of a mix. I'm not using one collection throughout the entire project, although I may have one that might be the main one, but I'm going to be adding different other ones. Because right now, this pattern paper is actually from Simple Stories Simple Vintage 'Tis the Season collection, which I picked up last year from Country Craft Creations. And then I'm switching to a different collection, which is Simple Stories Simple Vintage North Pole, which also I believe was maybe 1 or 2 years ago. So that's kind of how I'm doing it. You know, do you and what makes you happy and how it works for you. I just like to use different materials and collections when I'm journaling, if you will. And I don't know, it just makes me happy to mix it up. So that's why I don't really do a full album for December daily. I just like mixing it up because to me it's journaling and I'm a journaler. So that's that. All right, last year I cut out these adorable little baubles with the numbers on it. So I thought 24 would be great for the year. I think I'm going to use some thread here to kind of come down from the top. I had picked out some pattern paper to do that, but I might switch it up and use some thread. Now I have purchased these Avery insertable tabs. I got the let's see, what size is this? This is the 1 inch wide tabs, and then this one is 1.5 inches wide. I really need a 2 inch wide, I think, because I ended up cutting this down. Oh, that's the other thing I want to show you. Hold on. So I'm not sure if it was last year or I don't know, a year or so ago, I created these holiday words and phrases for documenting, And I did them in red and green, and they have fun little sayings on them, like I just want to drink hot cocoa and watch Hallmark movies, or Grinch, or enjoying the moment, eggnog cheer, dear Santa, I was framed. You know, just fun little elements here that you can use. I even did a vintage style in case you're doing a junk journal for your December daily. I did it in black, and I think I cut out the red. Yeah, so here's just the red. And I think I did a whole video on this, and I even showed you how you could take the black and then use some foil over it, and then have nice foiled sentiments. Dang, it's cold outside. Yes, it certainly is here. So anyways, I wanted to remind you of those because I showed a whole video, and I made these tags, I think, in there. See, here's one of the little elements on that sheet. Drink Up Grinches was another one. So I made these tags to show you how I use the sentiments. So I'll have that linked in case you're interested in those, because those are perfect to go along with your December daily documenting. So all that to say is I pulled out this one from there, and it says December Memories, and that's what I'm going to use as my tab. Now these are great because you can add these types of tags to your photos, journaling cards, and it just gives them that extra something. I'm going to add this up here at the top. There we go. So there is that. And I had this in my stash, and I wanted to put that down here at the bottom, but maybe I should add this first. I'm just going to use some twine, I think. Let's see what it looks like. Love the idea of mixing the red and the green. I think that'll be okay, don't you? All my supplies are like everywhere. So how many of you are documenting December daily this year? Let me know down in the comments. Have you gotten started? Are you struggling? I did an entire blog about December daily, and I'll link that down below as well. So if you are new to December daily, it explains it, and it tells you a really simple way of breaking it down, and so that it's digestible to help you get started. Or if you need a refresher, let's see, I'm gonna just cut some off here. Okay, so what I've done is just found the center of my page. I put a little pencil mark here, and actually that's 3.5 inches in. And I'm just going to figure out how far down I want this. That looks good. So I think I'll put another mark there, and then just add some adhesive. Oh, I should have probably used tape because it would have held it faster. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this down. Now, if you don't have something like this, you could use some felt numbers if you have that in your stash. So I'm lifting up the tail there and just gonna put this right on it. And then I'll glue this back down. I think that's straight. And I have one of the brads, adhesive brads from that collection. I just thought this was so cute. I want to put this on there as well. Just to kind of be right here at the top. And now I can put this down. Guess I could make that a little pocket. Why don't I do that? Just in case, right? So pull out your ephemera that's been sitting around and use it. I'm a bit of a hoarder, so I'm sure some of you might have the same problem. As crafters, we tend to gather more than we use. And I think that's going to be it for my divider. Now, what I thought I might do on the back side is if I do any separate journaling beyond the journal cards, I could make a little pocket here and then tuck something in there like a traveler's notebook. So there's just an idea for you if you also journal more than the prompts allow. Just make an additional element and add it on to the divider, and you can tuck it right in there. So I'm liking this, just a nice simple divider. So here's the first page protector I'm working with. I'm going to be using the North Pole collection by Simple Stories, as I mentioned. The numbers that I found in this snap pack that I purchased, these are perfect to document the day that you are working on. I love that. They have a nice pattern on the back, and then they have something different in the corners with the numbers. So that's an easy way to document. Now, if you don't have something like this already printed up, again, you could take a 3x4 journal card and you can draw a number on there. You can use stickers that you might have in your stash. I'm sure we all have a lot of number stickers in our stash, and this is a great way to use them up. The next thing is I type up my story. So since I created the journaling cards, I do have them electronically. So I use those to type up the answer to the prompt, and then I print them out and I'm going to add them here. Now, if you pick up the PDF, you can type on the journal cards as well, if you are familiar with that feature. Tamara also expressed today in her video, who is the owner of Country Craft Creations, that she likes to handwrite hers, to just take that and have available to, you know, her family when later on they come back and look, and then they have like a sampling of her handwriting. I love that as well. But this year I just decided I'm typing them. It would be easier for me. So I don't really like my handwriting all the time anyhow. So that's how I'm doing mine. So I'm typing up my prompt responses, my stories, and then I'm using the numbered journal cards. Down here, because this is a currently prompt, all I'm adding is I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. I just love this saying. So I'm going to pop that in down here. The elements I'm showing you now are all from the North Pole collection. I dug out this adorable little bits and pieces that I want to add. But I was just thinking I may want to wait till I add day 2, because I'm going to need to get into that pocket. So I'm going to hold off on that. But I do have the sticker sheet here. If you haven't seen this collection, it's adorable. It goes along with the one that came out this year. Is it Holly Jolly from Simple Stories? And it matches up really well. You can even tell some of the elements are basically the same, maybe just recolored or something. But this is an adorable collection. So I'm going to add a little sticker right here on top of the page protector. Super cute. And now we can work on day 2. I have my number. I decided I want my numbers to be in the top left of each of the pages where possible. And then I'll put my journal card next to it. Now I think what I'm going to do so that they're in the pages together is actually glue these together so that one doesn't get above the other and then it looks crooked in the pocket, because that will drive me crazy. So I'm just going to add just a little bit of glue to get them to stay together. So day 2, if you follow along, is gratitude. So I just made a short little list of what I was grateful for. And then what I did, I found this fun journal card that said, "Friends and family are the true gifts of Christmas." And I love that. I thought it went along with my gratitude writing. And I then created this collage of all the things I'm grateful for. Perfect. Now I created this collage in Canva, and I pulled in all of my different images and then printed that out. What I want to do here is to have this be a flip. Oh, let's see. So I may glue this to the outside of the page protector, or I could put a slit. Maybe I'll do a slit. I don't know if you've ever seen that. We could just cut right into the page protector. I might try that. But I wanted to connect these two and add some decoration on top and then have it be a flip up. Okay, so to adhere these, what I'm going to do is I cut a 4 by 6 inch strip, and I'm going to just score that down the middle. A little tricky because it's so small. And I'm going to use this as a hinge to attach the 2 journal cards. And then it becomes a flip up. I'm trying to go fast, but I find that it's taking longer than I anticipated. I don't know why I just thought I could turn on the camera and whip this out. I'm just going to add adhesive to the inside of this. If I'm doing that correctly, I'm going to put this one down on top and then the other one up at the top. Here again, I probably could have used adhesive tape, but I'd have to dig it out, and I don't really know where it is. Oh, I think it's in my drawer. All right. So I'm just going to line these up. And this one's going to open this way, so. Okay, I'm going to try this out and see if I can slice this open, and then I will slide in one side and put the other side in the pocket. I found some scrap chipboard. I'm going to put that in here. And I have my knife blade, and I'm just going to cut across. Here goes nothing. Okay, I have to move my chipboard down because it wasn't long enough. So wherever the sewing is, I'm going like right in front of that, maybe 1/8 of an inch from an edge. on both sides. So now this is cut all the way through. Oh yeah. Okay. And now we can insert our journal card. And you know what? I think I'm going to attach these as well, because I'm not putting anything else in that one. So if one moves, they both move. Right? I can't get the pocket open. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. And that is that page. Now I can come back and add this little guy. So I'm going to use adhesive tape. I have score tape here. Since it's going to be on the plastic, tape or stickers is the best. And I'm going right over where you would get into that pocket. Ooh, that little guy's stuck on his own. Okay, I guess that's where we're going. He keeps going back there. Okay, so that is day 1 and day 2. So cute. Okay, the next ones we're going to work on are day 3, which was your favorite Christmas story, classic, fairy tale, traditional, or personal memory, and day 4, which was your favorite Christmas song. Now I have my page protector and I brought out all my goods at one time. So since I want to glue my pieces together, I thought it's better to work with them together at the same time as well. So if your number's going to be here on this side, and when you flip it over, your number will be here. Your story is always going to go on the right side, right? So these two get glued together, and these two will get glued together. 3 was the story, and 4 was the favorite song. So just keep that in mind when you go to do yours, if you are gluing them together. Some people don't. I don't know why it's annoying me now, and that's why I'm doing it. Okay, so day 3, but my day 4 story is on the back. And then, you know, too, when you glue them together, you can trim them down if it needs to be trimmed for any reason. I love these little boots with the holly on them. So cute. So my favorite Christmas story has always been The Grinch. Ever since I was little, I've read the book, so I printed out an image of the book. And then I've watched all of the Grinch versions, and my favorite is actually the Illumination, Dr. Seuss, The Grinch. It's just my absolute favorite. The original I love as well, but I do love this one more. And then I also love Jim Carrey's version. So I wanted to add those into the pockets and document that. But before I add those, I'm going to switch to side 4 because I don't know if I'm going to. So my favorite song was White Christmas by Bing Crosby. I love the movie, and you're going to see that again later on. So the song just really has always been a favorite. And what's the first thing anybody does when December comes? You dream of a white Christmas. So I don't know, it's just my favorite. And because these are just 4 3x4 journal size, I would have to adhere this larger one that I created just on top. And I created this all digitally. I typed out the lyrics to the song. I added some digital elements that I have. I actually have the Simple Stories North Pole collection digitally. And so I added these images to the journal card, and I put little faint snowflakes on here. I don't know if you can even see them. They're so faint. But I like how this turned out. But then I also did one in a 3x4 version in case I wanted to just stick with the pockets instead of putting this one on top. When I look like this, it just seems like a lot of text. So I think I might be leaning toward this and then just an image here. So I pulled out some more journal cards that made sense. Like I could do Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly. Like that would be cute. I also could do the tree. I just love that whole image. And then I have the stockings were hung by the chimney with care. So I'm not sure I'm liking that. But I even have the little ephemera piece if I wanted to add the tree like that. You know what? I think I'm liking this one. It just makes sense. It's a song. So let's do that. Now that we know what we're doing, I'm going to go back to the side 3. So I'm going to put these like this, and then I'm going to glue this on top of the plastic. So when I flip this over, the lyrics will be this side. So these two go together, and these two go together. Now for the Grinch images, I just pulled them off of Google and sized them and then print them out. Now, of course, I wouldn't do that and then sell them because that's copywriting. Just saying. All right, that goes in there. And then I think this one needs trimmed a little bit. Apparently I didn't add those evenly. And if I do any inking, I'm just using Ranger Archival ink. And Country Craft Creations has a barn sale going on right now. And there are items in there up to 50% off. And there's a lot of Tim Holtz items, a lot of inks, stamps, mixed media items, in case you are looking for something to buy. Okay. And now I'm going to add that. It's going to be so cute. So you see how easy I'm making this? I'm not doing all the bells and whistles, just a little interaction here and there. So there is day 3 and day 4. Perfect. Now we can see the white there, but you know what? Does that bother me? Probably not, because there's going to be other pages underneath that. Easy peasy. Okay, the next prompts we're working on are day 5, which is the little ballerina, a special ornament. What's its story? And number 6, the little mittens. Capture the outdoors. Is it snowy, frosty, or festive city sidewalks? So I've got my protector sheet. I've got my stories and my numbers. Now, I was going to go ahead and glue these back to back to save some time, But then I saw that my page protector has two 4x6 pockets. So what I'm going to do is I cut a 6x4 just piece of cardstock. I'm going to glue my journal cards onto this, and then they'll all be secure in that pocket. I could probably switch it out to another page protector, but you know what? I didn't want to open up a new pack. I'm trying to just use the pack that I had opened. And this goes on the back. Now I just got to be careful here. So I want it to be on the back of the 5. So that goes over here. So I hope you're working on your December daily while I'm doing this. Then it will be like we're doing it together. So that's a way to use your 3x4s in a 4x6 pocket. Oops, wrong way. Perfect. Now, down below, I'm going to do something a little fun. First, I have my ornament here, and then I have how I documented the outdoors. And I actually have another part to this, I just realized. So I'll bring that out in a moment. But what I did was I took a screenshot on my cell phone of the day's temperature. And then I actually, on my computer, I had a digital image of a cell phone. So I put that behind the image. So that's why it looks like an actual cell phone. And then I took a picture of my backyard. So this is my yard here, but this is someone else's. And they just put that fence up, so it kind of impinged the beauty there, because there used to be lots of trees and animals. I don't know. Anyways, I'm still getting used to it. But I'm going to glue these two together. They must not be the same size. Yeah, look at that. My printer kept pulling my papers in crooked, and I refused to throw it away because I could still cut out what I needed. So then I cut them out crooked, and that's what happens. So I'm going to need to do some trimming. Actually, for this image, I took a picture of me holding the ornament, and then in Canva, I took the background out and put it on this background. These are some of the ephemera pieces in that North Pole collection, and I'm going to put these down here. I just think they're cute. Little ornaments. Now, this is going into my pocket. And what I decided to do was add some faux snow. This is from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to use my fuse tool and fuse this pocket together. Now, if you do not have a fuse tool, you could use some tape adhesive and put up there like 1/8 of an inch adhesive tape. And that way it would close up the pocket and keep in your sprinkles if you're going to add any. I haven't used my fuse tool in forever. So this ought to be fun. I mean, just the whole experience of using faux snow. Oh my gosh, I'm making a mess already. I gotta get this in there. I'm making a mess. Oh my goodness. Let's see. That looks good, right? One little scoop per side. cute. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay, you can't see, but. Oh, and these little spoons, Dollar Tree. Okay, close that puppy up good. Let me brush off this excess. Okay, making sure my snow is all down. Okay, I'm gonna give this a go. I haven't used it in a while. Hopefully I do okay. Oh my goodness. Ooh. I think it worked. Oh my goodness. Now I have a shaker. How fun is this? I love that. On both sides, it's perfect. That just happened by osmosis. I'm telling you that snow on both sides would be the right story. Yeah, I think that worked. Awesome. Sweet. That's the first time I've done that in a project like this. Now, on the back side, I did want to add these adorable little boots. Like, how cute is this going to be? Oh my gosh, right with the snow. Should I put them on or above? I think they need to be. How's that? So cute. Oh my gosh. That's adorable. I love it. Now, on the same day that we were to document the weather outside, I did this in the backyard, and then I went to look out the front door, and I opened the door and saw this. So this was my vision of the outdoors, which I thought was perfect and lent another story for my December dailies. So you see here I have two stories going on. I'm talking about the weather, the snow, but most of all, this fantastic gift that was sitting on my porch. And it was a gift to myself, I might add. So what I'm doing is using one of these smaller 4x6 pocket protectors, and I'm going to add that in between pages 6 and 7, or days 6 and 7. And I think that would be perfect. I did put something on the back, which I'll tell you about in a moment, but for right now, I glued those two together. I'm just going to pop that in there. So to give this a little decoration, I have this adorable little special delivery truck. It was in my stash. It's not only a great ephemera piece, but it does have a pocket. Here is the little tag that goes in it. So what I did was I found the image of what I purchased inside, and I print and cut that out. Now I sized this to go on this little card. Like, how cute is this? I just love it. And well, if you're wondering what I got, it's the Curtis Stone cookware. And he also had bakeware with it, and skillets and pans. And I previously bought some from him about 10 years ago when we moved into this house. And they're really just now kind of all getting a little bit worn, and I needed new ones. So they had a special deal going on. And of course, you know, HSN got me, and I purchased it. So now I could take this adorable little photo and tuck this into my delivery truck here. How cute is this? This is so adorable. I thought I would put that, I think, at the top of this page. Because if I put it down here, which is adorable too, it kind of covers up the box. See his name, Curtis Stone, is right here at the top. I don't know if you can see that or not now that it's in a page protector. But that's why I thought it would be fun to put it up here. And then it kind of covers up that, you know, porch look. So I'm just going to add some tape to this and add it to my pocket. Now, I didn't think about it, but this is going to be here. And on the back side, I don't really, I didn't think about that. I mean, I guess I could put it down like this. Because see, if I put it up, then you're going to see the back right here. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and do it, and then maybe I can find something to cover it up for the back side. Because I think this is cute right here. Like, how neat. Just pull out what I purchased. So cute. Okay, now we're on day 7, which was this adorable little house, Christmas movie or show you love the most. And day 8 was the fireplace, Christmas decorations inside, outside, or wherever they shine. So what I did for that one, I have a 3x8 pocket and then 2 3x4 pockets. I'm going to come back to that in a moment. And for day 7, I wrote out my story on my journal card. And the journal cards I show you, remember, these are the ones that I created, and they are free in Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations. Like I said, I didn't post them anywhere else except for my VIP group on Ko-fi. If you're a member there, you receive the journal cards. And anyways, where was I? Okay, we have day 7 number. Here's the story, and it's the favorite holiday movie. And while I love Actually, that's like a really top one. White Christmas, like I said, has always been a traditional movie that's been watched in my family, and so I went with that. Here again, I found this image in, just Googling it, and I grabbed that, sized it, and print that out to go on here as well. And then what I also did to fill up this area is I used one of the blank journal cards, and I added holiday movie quote to it, and then I pulled out a quote from this movie and added it here. And I think that's a great way to use the blank journal cards and a great way to continue to document your story. So that's all of day 7's prompt. But since this is a 3x8 pocket, I had to think about that when I was creating it. But when we went to day 8, the prompt was Christmas decorations. So I took some photos of the decorations I put up in my house, made this little collage here for one of my photos, and then I have my number. And that's gonna go over here, and this is gonna go, wait, am I missing something? No, I'm not. That's gonna go down here, these two. And it just so happened that the story I was telling ended up being long enough for a 3x8 journal card. So I took the 3x4 journal card and I actually turned it into a 3x8 journal card. So you'll have to let me know if you like 3x8 journal cards. Maybe next year I can create those as well for you all, because I'm sure I'll probably do this again. It's been really handy to just have these journal cards ready for me that matches the prompts. So I added my story here, and what I'm going to do is turn this over and then add my day 7 on top of that. So then these are all attached together. It all just worked out. I hope I'm not over explaining. I told you my process was simple, but I feel like I'm talking a lot. When I print out my journal cards, I did use Nina cardstock, about a 65-pound cardstock. The cardstock from Country Craft Creations works as well if you have that in your stash. Okay, so this goes in this way. And this is gonna go here. Let me just check. Yeah. Yep. Perfect. I don't know, do you guys glue your cards back to back when you use a binder? I would be interested to know. Because I've made binders before and I don't think I have. I don't know what possessed me other than the annoyance. I'm gonna just leave that go. Oh yeah. This one's a little tricky, gotta go in the side. Let's see, is this on the side too? Yeah. You don't know how hard it is to figure out how you want your day to be and not just do it. I wanted to just put the album together, but then I also wanted to share with you guys. So it's hard to do that. It's hard to wait. Okay, now, as I was saying, so here's my day 6 and day 7, and I had this as part of day 6. What I did to put something on the back of it was, since this was dealing with movies, I actually have this super long movie list, and I've created this over the years of watching Christmas movies. Now, I do not watch every single one of these movies every year, but I add new movies to the list each year, and I put them in a color for that year, and then I have my favorites in another color that I like always watch every year, and then the rest I kind of just watch if I feel like it. I love keeping track of it this way. I even have like a little star rating system here where I can find the movie, you know, what platform or interface that it's on, Disney, Amazon, whatever. And then I even have a column here where I put the date that I watched it. I don't know, it's a little anal, I'm sure, as well as my little check mark to say that I watched it. But if any of you are interested in this little movie list, I'd be happy to share. Let me know in the comments. But anyways, I just typed up a little blurb about my movie list. I've never done that before in my December dailies. I usually just tuck in the list, but don't really say why or what it is. And then I added some little movie tickets up here. Just thought that would be cute. So that's how that day is going to look. I'm really liking that spread. I'm going to show you all this in the binder as well later. Okay, we're on the last 2 days that I have available for you. And that is the tree number 9, decorating the tree, who helps, what are the traditions, and 10, which is the candy cane, a letter to Santa, and what would you ask for? All right, so what I've done is already glued my journal card and my number card back to back to save some time. Here is my page protector. I'm going to go ahead and put these in. These are very simple days. So for this bottom area, I'm going to add this journal card that I have with the typewriter. Dear Santa, I've been very, very, and then, you know, you fill in the blanks. And then there's an envelope here that is addressed to Mr. Santa Claus. Super cute and goes great with the story. But let's go to day 9. So on the back of that journal card, we have this print. And my story is here, and what I did to add my photo of my tree was I took one of the elements from the paper collection. If you have the printed version, there's stickers that you can get of these banners. I love these when Simple Stories does them. They're so cute. Well, I have the digital collection and it had these. I didn't have them in the printed version. So what I did was I added my image of my tree in the frame, and then I printed that out and then cut it out by hand. And I'm going to add it here to the back side of that journal card, and it's perfect. So I'm a bit of a hybrid scrapbooker or journaler or whatever you want to call it. I love the tactileness of working with the paper collections, but I also love incorporating digital elements into it. Because you know what? I can print these over and over again and use them if I want. And I love that. So that just says, we wish you a Merry Christmas. Okay, so this can go into our pocket like that. Okay, so I thought about putting something over top these right at the end. And I think I'm just going to try some rub-ons. I had these in my stash. I had some from the 'Tis the Season collection, but they really didn't go. So I'm just going to rub on some snowflakes. I think that might be cute to do. We'll just see how it looks. Probably should cut that out so that I don't end up, you know, putting down the rest of them on accident. Okay. I'm just rubbing that right over the plastic of the page protector. Is it even coming off? It is not. These are kind of old. They may not work. I'm not sure. Oh, well, I guess when the light's not on it, you can see it. I don't know if you'll be able to tell or not. There we go. It's hard to show you without blinding you. So I'm just going to put this little one up over here. I'm just adding a little decoration. So if you have rub-ons in your stash, it's a great time to pull them out as well. Yeah. Don't they say to do it in thirds? So let's put another one out here. I think I like it over here. That way I'm getting part of it on the story and then down below. You gotta really hold these on tight because they'll move. Geez, I don't know if that's gonna stay down. There we go. Just a little something. I hope you can see them. And then on this day, I wanted to add this little ephemera piece that just said December and then Santa in the center. almost like a little postage mark there. And that is 9 and 10. Okay, brought out my binder. I did add some stickers here to the back. Like, how cute is that? I'm loving it. Here is my divider page. And I'm going to add my pages. Let's see how this worked out. Yep, perfect. Look at that. Love it. And let's take a look at what we've accomplished here. Loving this. We have a nice little flip up. And the rest are pretty easy peasy. I'm loving the snow on this and the back side. So cute. Love our little truck. See, I don't even notice that when I turn the page, so I'll probably not worry about it. And here we go with the rest of them. I love the 3x8 journal card and our little snowflakes. I don't really notice them very much, but you know, they're there, and that's it. So that's everything for today, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me and for helping me along this journey of getting back into documenting and December daily. I've really missed it, and I've had fun. Even though this is simple, I've had fun creating them. So I hope to continue that, and if I do, I will be sure to come back and share with you how I'm doing each of these pages. But thanks again, everyone, and I'll see you next time.